Just a quick network update from AT&T. They are the first to deploy both high and low band 5G connectivity to GE Research Campus. So AT&T believes in millimeter wave. That is a very clear point that AT&T is making here. So they are not at the scale of Verizon yet, but they are deploying it in a more meaningful, scalable way versus T-Mobile. It's actually, AT&T's actually deploying this on nodes. It's going on small cell nodes. It's going into the airports at more of a scale, and it's going inside the big stadiums, the big venues. And that's something T-Mobile is not doing just yet at a more noticeable scale. So yes, I know New York City, Atlanta, Vegas, Chicago, those are some of the cities where T-Mobile, and Cleveland as well, those are some of the cities where T-Mobile has millimeter wave at a bit more scale on the macros, but they are not effectively deploying it on 20 nodes or 30 nodes downtown. It's going on macros. They're not effectively deploying it at all the airports. So that's something that AT&T is doing, and they're doing it more effective. Of course, Verizon, way ahead of the game. They've been deploying this since 2017, and if they haven't started deploying it, they were already filing permits and getting prepared to deploy in these markets. So again, AT&T is doing research. They're deploying it. They want to make use of this millimeter wave spectrum. They know it's important for the next generation of wireless. There are a bunch of nodes out there that have not been turned on yet, so keep that in mind. AT&T is really working the C-RAN at scale to deploy much more densification within the network and get that millimeter wave out there so the customers can connect to it and offload nearby macros and other areas that used to be jam-packed and congested. Now, keep in mind, this is something that I want to throw in at the end of this video. Keep in mind, as we move towards 22 and 23, a lot of people are skeptical of AT&T's spectrum position. A lot of people are skeptical of the densification. Keep in mind, just remember, AT&T is not going to do fixed wireless at the scale of Verizon and T-Mobile. So there will always be a separate use case in terms of load on the network that Verizon and T-Mobile will have to carry that AT&T won't. So does AT&T necessarily need to have as much spectrum on air to bring the same type of performance? That's the question that I want to leave you guys with at the end of this video. Keep in mind, T-Mobile and Verizon are going to carry huge amounts of loads on the network due to this fixed wireless. And we're just getting started. They haven't even gained nearly the amount of customers that they want to gain. T-Mobile is at a little over 150,000. Verizon is at or right around 150,000. They want to do 7 to 8 million. T-Mobile has guided. Verizon hasn't really guided a number yet. They're going to have some insane loads on the network. I mean, we're talking terabytes of usage month in and month out. That's going to require a lot of airwaves on air. And as I mentioned in my video yesterday, I am testing that terabyte theory just to see if there's any change in behavior. But again, leave all your comments in the comment section down below. Look forward to reading them. AT&T is invested in millimeter wave, and we're going to see more of it in 2022. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.